Hello, folks. It's here, Scotty. Today we are going to talk about a very uncomfortable topic. This is a bit of a history lesson for all Americans centered around the African Americans. If you are part of woke America, you might want to go cry in a corner now and leave. If you are a person who believes that we learn from history, and it is a way of making today better, let's stop the crap and get to it, shall we? In today's world, gun control may mean the same thing to blacks and whites, but that hasn't always been the case. Differences in thinking about who should own a gun and who shouldn't emerged shortly after the country's founding as a slave-holding republic. Before the Civil War, states, mostly in the South, enacted slave codes prohibiting blacks from owning guns. You should know during slavery, blacks were prohibited from owning guns because whites feared they would rise up and abolish slavery through a civil war. In 1865, after the Civil War ended, states renamed the slave codes black codes with the same purpose of prohibiting African Americans from owning guns. Preventing gun ownership among blacks began at the beginning of the nation's history. Virginia was founded in 1624, but by 1640, blacks were prohibited from owning guns. Virginia enacted a statute that led to a total gun ban for free mulattoes, Negroes, and Indians. In 1712, the statute was revised, calling for a total gun ban for Negroes to prevent insurrections, according to laws designed to disarm slaves, freedmen, and African Americans in 1792. Blacks were excluded from joining the militia, which was created under the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. The militia was limited to able-bodied white men between 18 and 45. Other states enacted similar laws. In Florida, homes of slaves and free blacks were searched for guns. If a gun was found, it was confiscated. In 1828, Florida said free blacks could carry guns if they had court permission. It wasn't until the Civil War that black men who fought for the Union Army were free to carrying guns. Prohibitions against blacks owning guns continues to crop up. In 1968, Congress passed the Gun Control Act. Robert Sherrill, a supporter, said the legislation was passed not to control guns but to control blacks. In 1994, the Clinton administration introduced H.R. 3838 to ban guns in federal public housing, which would have affected 3 million individuals. The House Banking Committee rejected the legislation. Gun buyback programs also are seen as a way to keep guns out of black hands. Southern states imposed high taxes or banned inexpensive guns to price blacks out of the market, according to the paper Gun Control and Racism. Today, blacks own guns, but their ownership is much lower compared with whites. This was just a sneak peek under the hood of America and why it wants to keep firearms out of everyone's hands except the government. It does take me more than 10 bullets to kill a deer, and I'm a bad hunter. If you need to disarm citizens to govern them, you suck at governing and are afraid of your citizens. The Second Amendment is clear that the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Thanks for stopping by. We hope to see you on our next video.